What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Jazware's Toys Total Anime Lines first figure in the series, Eren Yaeger. And oh man, I like me some Attack on Titan. For those who don't know, Attack on Titan is my favorite anime of all time, trailed closely by My Hero Academia. I know, two ends of the earth. I love My Hero, don't care what anybody says. But Attack on Titan is definitely my favorite. I won't be getting Izuku. Maybe I'll get Izuku. I don't really know yet, to be completely honest with you. But this figure looks fantastic. This looks fantastic. The box looks great. Seems like each anime, like whether it's Chainsaw Man, JJK, or My Hero, or Spy Family, which is the only one out of these I haven't watched, seems like My Hero, or Attack on Titan is going to be green, and what better way to start than with Eren Yaeger? Alright, I'll try not to do that the whole time, but with that being said, without further ado, I'm very excited to get this open, so let's go ahead and do just that. So getting Eren Yaeger out of the packaging. Okay. This is surprisingly really good. Like, I am very pleasantly surprised with this action figure. I think he looks fantastic. Not only does he look fantastic, I think he moves fantastic, and he comes with a great amount of stuff in the box for $19.99. Keep that in mind. This is $20. $20, $19.99. We don't get a lot of figures like that these days. He's pinless. He's got great paint. He moves good. I have a couple issues, and we'll talk about that, but okay, Jazwares, I see you. So let's take a closer look at this. Looking at this, you get to see that there's a little bit of spray on top of the hair. Looks great. The face paint, I think the head sculpt's pretty good. This isn't my favorite head sculpt. I don't know. We'll talk about the head sculpts when we look at alt heads, but looking at the jacket, you get a soft piece up here for the jacket. All the gear for the ODM gear is painted nicely on there. There's a wash on the yellow. There's a nice wash on the jacket of the jacket. The insignia looks good. Looks really good. It's painted very nicely. Very, very cool. The silver on this is very, very nice. I like that a lot. All the ODM gear straps for his legs are painted. The buckles are painted. You even get like a little bit of like shading on the boots, which I don't know if that's picking up on camera, but there's definitely two tones on the boots. And that looks awesome. So, yeah, this looks fantastic. They definitely got the skinny stylization right, in my opinion. Like, I think his shoulders could be a little bit bigger. But spray this with, like, a dull coat. It's beautiful. Like, it's got a lot of different finishes. A lot of different, like, paint apps. Good shading. Good washes. Looks fantastic. I'm pleasantly surprised. Was not expecting that much paint from Jazwares. Going into accessories, he comes with quite a bit. So you're going to get two alternate pairs of hands. You get like a kind of just like a relaxed hand, or like a hand potentially to bite. Would have been cool if there was like blood on one. I would have liked that a lot. And then you get the trigger finger hands, or like the gripping hands. They're nice. You get two alternate heads. So you get a screaming head. That I think I like this one a little bit more. I think the eye paint is a little bit better on this one. And the way you switch them out, it's more like face plates rather than alt heads, which, I don't really care. His head doesn't fall apart. Like sometimes when companies do this, like I feel like the head like doesn't stay in place. But this one's pretty good once you get it in there. If I can get it on. Oops. There we go. I think that looks a little better. I might use that one. Though I do like the Titan, like, muscular lines. And then you do get, like, a neutral, relaxed head. But when is Eren ever, like, you know, sometimes, I guess sometimes he's in that mode. But you do get a figure stand, which I don't care about. And then you get all the ODM gear. So you get the pistons, the handles, and the swords. And this is nuts. This is crazy to me. So these go on like this, I believe. Yeah, they go on this way. There's a peg hole in the lower back. This stays on really good. I'm not worried about that falling off. If we go ahead and get the grip hands, throw them on, I'll say he holds the swords pretty well. Blades, whatever you want to call them. I'd say he holds them pretty well. You have to get used to the fact that, like, it's kind of backwards. Like, usually the bevels on the, like the bevel of the blade or whatever that's called is, like, facing downward, but in Attack on Titan it's not, because they're, like, usually running it across, you know, some Titans. You gotta pay attention to these chords, too, because if they get, like, over the hand, it can kind of look a little weird. And then you get the other one. Again, pay attention to where those chords are. Oops, wrong hand. Get that in there. And they snap in really good. I like that. The only... Ooh, this is not... Let's get this head back on just because I know that plugs in nicely. The only problem I have with this figure, and it is kind of a big problem, but I have a solution, is the big, like, I forget what they're called, but like the big, like, bomb torpedo things, like, but the cables are inside these. These pegs are supposed to peg into here, and they do not stay good at all. If I move the leg around just a little bit, it falls out. I personally am probably just going to glue this. Put a little dab of glue in there, and it'll make this figure so much more enjoyable. I want him with the ODM gear on. Definitely want him with that on. Take this one, but it's like all soft plastic. I'm going to give you guys a better look at it in a second. But once you get it like all together, like that looks phenomenal. Not a lot of people are talking about these figures. This thing looks great. Look at that. For 20 bucks? Get the hell out of here. That looks great. The silver on the swords looks great. All the triggers on there. All this is soft plastic. Sculpted and painted great. I love it. I love it. Like, looks awesome. So yeah, I'm probably going to glue the ODM gear in. Get it at a nice angle. Glue it in, because I like that. I know, like, people might say, no, you're going to ruin it. I don't really care, because I don't think it's ruined. I prefer him with the ODM gear on in this look. Like, if I'm going to have... Because I have a custom Titan version of him that I've done. But I imagine... This line's cool, but I imagine it's going to take a really long time to get a bunch of characters that you want. I mean, I would love to get Mikasa, him, and Armin at the very least. If they want to do Titans... I'd probably be down for that. I mean, the Amazing Yamaguchi seems to be doing some Titans as well. And I did... excuse me. I did pre-order the Amazing Yamaguchi Eren Yaeger Titan form, the Attack Titan, because that looked awesome. So it's kind of going to be like a mixed bag of me for which ones I want. My fingers crossed. Can somebody please do a Beast Titan? Anybody, please do a Beast Titan. But yeah, I think this looks really good. Let's take a look at articulation. So I'm going to do the articulation with the ODM gear just so you see how easily it falls off. But the head's going to look up that far, down, pivot side to side. You get a joint at the neck and the head, so he's got great movement there. And of course it'll rotate. Shoulders go upwards, a little past horizontal, they'll go down. They'll be able to rotate 360. You just want to be careful about the cords on here. Soft jacket. There's a bicep swivel. Double jointed pinless elbows, and then the wrist swivel and hinge. I would have liked the vertical hinge for the trigger hands, but we don't unfortunately get that. With both feet flat on the ground, you can arc backward that far and crunch forward that far, so that's really nice. Get a little bit of pivot, and it will rotate. So that is awesome articulation in there. That looks great and works fantastic. Hips, they can go out all the way, but the ODM gear, forget about it. It is not staying on. He does have drop hinges, which makes his legs a little loose. I'm not a big fan of that, but he will kick forward, back, upper thigh swivel in there, similar to a NECA figure. Double jointed pinless knees, and then the ankles. He's got like high heels, kind of. They go up and down, and has a high, steep... It would have been nice if the boot rotated. I would have liked that. Unfortunately, it does not. So you get like kind of a weak ankle rocker because it's at like a really steep angle. But other than that, articulation is pretty fire on this guy. I like him quite a bit. Moves good, looks good doing it. Pretty awesome. So here he is next to the NECA Toys King Kong along with the Jazware's Fortnite Series Pewlee. And it's kind of making me realize that people be sleeping on Jazwares. If Jazwares gets their hands on something, especially like this, they're kind of killing it. This was a great line when it was out. I hope it comes back. That's a great line. And this looks fantastic. This looks like it's really going to be a great line too. So, I don't know. Y'all sleeping on Jazwares. Here is next to the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Dark Knight Returns Batman, along with the Hasbro Marvel Legends X-Men series Darwin. So yeah, 6-inch scale. Obviously, we're not going to get 2-scale Titans. I mean, if somebody wants to do like a HasLab, I think that'd be a lot of fun. I probably definitely would buy them, especially if they did a Beast Titan, because if they did them like Galactus sized, I'd be okay with that. I don't think they need to be much bigger than that. Colossal, obviously, but and if Eren was in his final form, those who know, obviously that's going to be impossible. But I don't know. I think some of the Titans could work. They might be a little small, but I would fucking damn if somebody wanted to do that. That'd be such a fun project to see. But he looks good. And of course, finally, here he is next to the Hasbro Marvel Legends What If Series Zombie Captain America, getting sliced right in the nape. So, some of you are out there probably wondering, yo, Amp, what are your final thoughts on this figure? And I gotta say, aside from him being finicky with the ODM gear, this thing's awesome. I think it's painted beautifully. It's fun to pose around if, you're not playing with that stuff. And he comes with a good amount of stuff, all for a really, really good price point. It's hard to find figures this good for this price these days. And it just proves that if companies try, they can make something awesome. This is definitely in the running for the top 10 of the year. I love this thing. Only problem, I wish these would stay in. So I'm going to glue them. Maybe that's a hot take, but I want them in, and I want to enjoy this figure. So with that being said, at a price point of $19.99, I paid $22 out the door. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. Despite that little issue, which isn't even necessarily an issue, and it may just be really annoying on mine, because it's only the right side that's giving me an issue. The left side seems to stay in pretty good. Other than that, it's kind of the perfect Eren Yaeger figure. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. So with that being said, I believe that's all I got for today. If you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd. I post a lot on all those apps, and I have a great time. So I'm sure you will too. But as always, let me know. You coppin'? You gotta get Eren Yaeger. See you guys in the next one. Peace. What goes on, guys? I wanted to hop on here again and thank you all for watching, and to let you know that if the following apps interest you, feel free to follow me on them, as I put the links in the description for you guys. I really appreciate everything you all do for me, so DM me with any questions or thoughts. I'd love to sit and talk with you all. Again, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.